I walk right past the guy, go upstairs, and I walk back, and Tom goes, "You do know who you just walked past, right?" And turns out it was the lead singer.
I didn't have anything for them to sign, so I gave them a dollar bill, and they signed the dollar bill for me. Satchel said when he signed, he's like, "Now it's only worth 75 cents." And they're just as funny off stage as they are on stage.
Now I'm kind of doomed forever to be the backflip guy. So
He's run off. He's run off.
Now, y'all are from Britain, so by pants,
Yep.
do you mean what we mean by underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that changes the game right there. It's his underwear, guys.
Now this is the shit you won't get anywhere else other than Uncensored. This is our advertising campaign for the next 6 months.
we opened up the side doors and like a mountain of piss bottles just fell out. And these are interesting questions. We never got asked these before. You called us off guard.
Tall chips.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't sound bad.
Oh no, you're wrong. My thesis was the same actually.
I'm having a hard time accepting that this would have been a bad thing. You're gonna have to. Whenever we come over there, I need you to make me one.
Look.
I want to see. I want to see a picture of you like riding the train into London, holding the sandwich and everything.
Just a Ziploc.
Yeah.
It's not covered. It was a Ziploc bag and a cheese and sandwich. I do love how, despite all the picks you've made so far, Aaron was still there thinking, "Oh, what's going to really add quality to this band?"
AGs.
Hello, and welcome to episode 30 of the Uncensored podcast. I'm Riley, this is my co-host Tom, and today, once again, we have guests.
Woo!
Yes, we do. We have Spencer, Beau, Aaron, and Seth from 7 Year Witch. How are you boys doing?
Doing pretty good. Yep.
That's good to hear. How have all your days been?
They've been pretty good. We've been pretty busy over the past few weeks. We've been on like a small tour around Southeast with Tristan Tritt, and they've been pretty cool. Just some smaller shows, but we also had a really big show the other day, this past Saturday, with a band called Seven Dust. A lot of people are familiar with them, and that was an amazing show. I mean, it was like over 1,000 people at this place. I mean, and I'm telling you, if you put us in front of 1,000 people, we go buck wild. We lose our shit. So it was awesome. It was an amazing night.
Yeah.
Oh, Seven Dust is an amazing band.
I
I've listened to them before. They are brilliant.
Well, it's exciting times in Uncensored today because I'm debuting a new segment to go at the start of the podcast. So I know I was brainstorming with some of the marketing team, single bloke in a room, and I had an idea. We're trying to make this more of an interactive experience. So cool. So this is a little story time. I'm going to tell a story, and then we'll see if you've got any nice little anecdotes from recent history.
Oh, plenty.
So last weekend, me and Tom went to see Steel Panther, which was an awesome gig. Had a really good time. But about 2 hours before this, you see, we just arrived in one moment.
Perfect time. Perfect time to just cut out. But, it was a very good gig.
It was a very good gig, and about 2 hours before, we just arrived at Kentish Town, and I quite needed the toilet, so we were looking for the McDonald's. So I walk right past the guy, go upstairs, and I walk back, and Tom goes, "You do know who you just walked past, right?" And turns out it was the lead singer, who I just completely brushed off on my way into a McDonald's. So that was fun. Just that nice opportunity there.
I'm going to add on to that story from my point of view. He walks out of the McDonald's, walks past me, and I briefly stop him as if to say, "You're from Steel Panther," and he goes, "Yeah, I am." And I was like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" Just as that happened, he crossed the road, never to be seen again until later that night.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I was just absolutely pissed off the whole night just because I missed my opportunity to get a picture with Michael Starr.
Yeah.
I actually also have a Steel Panther story.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Floor is yours.
I saw them once in here in Atlanta at a venue called the Tabernacle. I was probably, I guess, 15, and I was in another band at the time when we were kids, and we all went to that show except for our drummer, who had a date with a girl. It was his first date with this girl.
I call
so
bullshit.
I know, right? It's not, and if you knew him now, you'd be like, there's no way he went on a date. But no, back in the day, these three know. But yeah, so anyways, we go to the show. It's epic. It's Steel Panther at their finest, which is always. And anyways, we hung around outside for a while, and we noticed it's getting late, and we're like, they might be leaving out the venue now. So we go around to like where the buses are, and they come out, and there they are, and they're down to talk, and they're talking with us and whatnot. And I didn't have anything for them to sign, so I gave them $1 bill, and they signed the $1 bill for me. Satchel said when he signed, he's like, now it's only worth 75 cents. And they're just as funny off stage as they are on stage. But as the drummer Sticks It In You is signing it, he's like, so you guys a band? And we're like, yeah, but our drummer isn't here. He goes, oh, what a bitch. So anytime my old drummer likes to talk about Steel Panther, I always remind him that in the mind of Sticks It In You, he's a little bitch. That's my Steel
good
Panther.
point there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't recover
Very good
personally.
point there.
If I had Sticks It In You, call me a little bitch behind my back, I think that's it. There's no
He's
going
never
back up.
recovered. It's all been downhill.
I
from
don't think I would either.
It destroyed him emotionally. And
yeah.
So I thought we'd officially start off and ask a couple of questions just to get to know 7 Year Witch.
Very unprecedented for a podcast,
So,
we know.
So how did 7 Year Witch come to where they are today?
So so it's been technically, I guess, 5 years since we took the name 7 Year Witch. And that's when we really started getting serious about music. We were a band. We've technically been a band for about 10 years. We were called Doc Holiday back when we started in 2013. But due to some copyright issues, we had to change our name. And but, it also gave us a chance to kind of rebrand a little bit and, use the knowledge we had gained from our many, many mistakes to actually get out there and get some momentum, make some fans, and play some big shows and try to get on tour with some bigger bands. So, in 2018, me, Seth, and Spencer had been playing together for a while, right out of high school. We all went to high school together. And, we just kind of started playing the local bars and writing our first terrible songs. And we just kind of slowly learned through trial and error what worked and what didn't. And after a lot of pestering and bugging many booking agents and promoters, we were finally able to get on some big shows with bands like Buck Cherry and Nonpoint and POD, stuff like that. And from there, we were able to get a good booking agent, got to tour around the country a little bit, play with some other bands like Adelita's Way, and actually get to tour with Buck Cherry. But it's been a long road, but we finally kind of got ourselves in a sort of a comfortable spot to kind of springboard ourselves into, hopefully something bigger, maybe, something international would be nice. But, it all started from humble beginnings in high school, just like a movie or something. And just a bunch of dirty kids playing in a garage.
That is a very cool story.
Yeah, definitely. So you kind of touched up on this a bit already, talking about your band's origin. But so other than the fact that you had to change the name, was there anything in particular that made you choose that specific name to rock with?
Oh, I got an answer. Me personally, I love the name because we came up with probably like 100 different names when we were ready to change it. But just trying to find the handle for your band, just like at 7 Year Witch. It doesn't have to be at 7 Year Witch music or at 7 Year Witch this, you know what I mean? If you can just find just the handle, that's freaking hard to do because like everything's taken. Anything simple is taken, anything complicated is taken, it's all taken. 7yearwitch.com was free. All the handles for 7 Year Witch were free. And so when we found that out, I was like, shoot, I wasn't even that crazy about the name 7 Year Witch at first. But when I saw that it was just like hours to take, I was like, oh, we got to take that. Because how often do you find 3 simple words like that that's not taken?
Yeah,
you know,
you don't.
Yeah.
Not often at all.
Yeah, that sold it for me. Just having all that to ourselves, I was like, all right, let's take it.
It was just pure opportunity.
Yeah.
No creative input at all.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You saw the opportunity and you took it. So
Yeah.
So what is the go-to music for all of you at the moment? Like what do you normally all listen to?
Me personally, I generally go for Soundgarden. Soundgarden's been my like number one band since like basically birth. So I just tend to stick with that. But I'll listen to pretty much anything. Wolf Mother, Big and Rich, anything like that.
I love Wolf Mother.
Yeah, I
Wolf
really love
Mother is
High
one of
on
my
My
bands up
Sky.
there.
Oh, absolutely. I've been listening to the same stuff I listened to since I was a kid. Like that's my biggest problem is I listen probably to the same 10 bands for the last like 20 years. It's been like seriously, like I don't venture much for some reason. But my thing now is I'm trying to listen to a lot of new music because I want to modernize some of our music. You know what I mean? And just that's the whole thing with us is we're not necessarily like rebranding the band, but we want to modernize our sound to a degree. So I've been listening to a lot of new music. Just really got into Royal Blood recently, even though they've been around a while. It's new to me. And yeah, just anytime like a bigger band puts a new song out, I'm trying to listen to that, see the direction the industry's heading.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Royal Blood's a big one for me. Unlike Seth, I've been into them since the start. I got to see them back in 2015 here in Atlanta on their first ever tour. That first album doesn't have a single bad song on it. Even the songs
I have to agree.
Yeah, not even the songs they didn't put on it. All the B-sides, they're all just as good as anything on the album. So that's one of those few perfect albums in my opinion. And they still kill it. It's amazing. They're one of my favorites. I'm a big Muse. Muse is one of the only reasons I still play music now. Then I listen to a lot of different stuff. So like Queens of the Stone Age, Arctic Monkeys, White Stripes, of course, anything Jack White does. But my big 3 influences as individual musicians are definitely Matt Bellamy from Muse, Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, and Jack White. They are, and of course, Jimmy Page as a guitar player. If you don't like Jimmy Page as a guitar player, then I will personally cut you. But yeah, that kind of sums me up.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah. The threat of violence really makes you like a guy, doesn't
I
it?
promise.
Yeah.
It's great. But this is kind of going down the same route. But so outside of your individual taste and everything, are there any specific bands that just as a collective, like as a group, are a big inspiration to your music?
Ooh, definitely. There's a band called The Parlor Mob from New Jersey. And I think we all kind of got into them around the same time. And I think we all just kind of fell in love with that band. And there's a lot of influence I think we all pull from them. And, just like a lot of the people Beau was naming, like the White Stripes, anything Jack White, that's kind of what we're leaning into right there, that type of stuff. So I think that collectively inspires us.
Yeah. I feel that can be heard as well. In some of your like tracks especially. So
Yeah, definitely. So, trying to go for a couple of questions here. So, this is one that will see. Well, I'm just going to throw it out here. What is one of your most favorite performances that you have done? Just,
Oh.
It's a hard one to pick, but
Okay, there's a spectrum of how that goes exactly. So we have our favorite performances as far as like the biggest shows that have the best crowd reaction, and there's like my favorite shitty show on the other hand. So my favorite so far, well, I'm just gonna have to say it has to be that Seven Dust show we just played, because that was amazing. I mean, we've never played in front of that many people at once inside of a building, and so that's probably my favorite like legit show. My favorite crap show is probably, we played in this little bar in North Carolina, and it was a terrible lineup. We weren't getting paid, but probably like $20. And there was this band that went on before us, and I cannot for the life of me remember what they were called, but it was like this whole Dungeons and Dragons themed thing where like they had these like weird scripts before each song. The music was terrible, but they had like this Dungeons and Dragons theme thing where they were like, "Oh, Father, why have you forsaken me?" kind of thing going on, and it was kind of hilarious. And there was nobody there, but for some reason, that one to me, I had the most fun at. I mean, when nobody's watching, you can kind of literally do anything. I sat there and humped the stage for 20 minutes. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, you can do anything. And I just find those so entertaining. So that's my personal favorite. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'd have to say probably the Whiskey A Go Go in Los Angeles, because we knew going into that night was going to be like ridiculous, and we were fortunate enough to get to be playing with Buck Cherry. They're from California, like a double platinum selling band. So people at the Whiskey were just like going absolutely insane for Buck Cherry. And for some reason, they thought we were a big deal too, because we were touring with them. And after the show, people were following us down the street. We went to this other bar. People went there. They just wanted to hang out with us, and they must have thought we were like a little bigger than we were or something. It was so fun. But yeah,
I need to switch my Seven Dust one to that one. Actually, that's my favorite. Yeah,
that was a good night.
I mean, the Whiskey's like one of the bars to play up there in America, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's the one you go telling all your friends about anytime they ask what you've been up to. So definitely.
Yeah, say that and instantly everyone's impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two for sure, Seven Dust and Whiskey. And also I'd add Machine Shop up in Flint, Michigan. That one's always a killer play. That's the smoothest venue ever, because it's run by people that have dealt with how terrible venues are their whole lives, and they're like, hey, let's just do everything right instead. And it's amazing. Love the Machine Shop.
That place is a safe haven for musicians everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a cool place.
That's right. But would you say this is all of the favorites?
I think so. Spencer, do you have any?
Overall, like attendance wise and just like crowd energy, or attendance wise, the Seven Dust show, energy from the crowd, the Whiskey A Go Go, favorite venue, the Machine Shop. So yeah, I think we can narrow it down to those three as being the best, and that's South Carolina, California, and Michigan. So those are all different sides of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's sick. Got some very sick venues there. But on the subject of venues, I don't know if one of these places have already answered this question, but are there any venues that is really a bucket list for you to play?
Ooh, yeah, definitely. I mean, if we could get on with the band and open for a band at like Red Rocks, like a national band. Oh my God, that's a beautiful, beautiful place right there. I think we've got a ways to go before I think we're playing Red Rocks. But if we could at the very least be tagging along with somebody and do a show there, I would cry. So
Red Rocks is like the big like kind of canyon thing, isn't it? Where it's got the stage inside like the kind of side of the mountain, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and somehow it sounds good. So yeah,
I've heard so much about it, and it sounds, by what I've seen from it and what people have said about it, it sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I know it looks
looks
incredible.
amazing too.
Like, it is extremely. I went up there and I got to hear Tame Impala do their sound check one time. I didn't actually have tickets to the show, but I got to hear Tame Impala do their sound check, and and just the sound, even outside of that area, surprisingly was amazing. It's kind of incredible how that just the natural acoustics work there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Gojira did their like a big live DVD or something there, and it's incredible. But he messes up Stranded, so he has to restart it. That was very
No.
Stranded is such a good song.
that.
Like
Yes,
Gojira is a great band, and I think honestly, from what I've actually heard, my favorite song is actually Stranded. Just any day, I would just say Gojira is just one of my, like, that song is one of my favorites.
yeah. What
Dude,
was
I don't
that first question y'all asked? Like, what do you listen to? Scratch everything I said. I've been listening to nothing but Gojira lately.
Gojira.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't know if y'all seen them live, but we got to see them last year in Atlanta, I think, or somewhere around there in
Knoxville.
Knoxville, and their live show was insane. Just, honestly, solely because of their light rig. They had this whole stage that lit up and like moved around. It was crazy, dude. Like, that was probably the best light show I've ever seen in a live band.
Mhm.
Made it.
That's pretty cool. I was meant to see them in I think it was 2020, I want to say, because they were meant to be playing a festival in the UK, but that all got shut down because of COVID and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I was so excited because it was like three quite good headliners. I think it was Kiss, Iron Maiden, and System of a Down, and Gojira was playing that second night.
Damn.
Good.
And it was going to be so good, and it all got cancelled. And then instead we got the same first two, and then Biffy Clyro for the third night.
Mm.
Eh.
Damn, you got screwed.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
please
know,
don't get him
it was
started.
'cause,
We'll speak about 20 minutes about how much he dislikes Biffy Clyro. It's a
Yeah.
cycle.
We won't talk about that today. We'll talk about that another day.
30 episodes
But,
deep, and I feel like half of every single episode is just, I proper hate Biffy Clyro, me.
But moving on from dream venues, what would your dream collaboration be? So you can collaborate with any band or artist, with either just yourself or the whole of 7 Year Witch. Who would your ideal collaboration be?
Oof, that's a great question.
I would say Crowbot would be one, at least for me. That would be really fucking fun. Just because they're a very high energy band, and like their riffs are insane. So Crowbot would be one for me. I think would be great. I think we would match each other's energy really well.
That's cool. I've heard of them only because they were touring with Steel Panther in the US. I think it was.
Have you ever seen them? They're incredible, man. They're like
I haven't.
Their live energy is insane, and Brandon Yeagley, the singer, he's just like a freak of nature with his vocals, man. They're wild.
Sounds wild.
I don't know off the top of my head. I would collaborate with absolutely anybody, but to narrow it down is,
I would say either doing some songwriting with somebody like Josh Homme, or I don't know if Jack White even does that with artists, but Jack White or Josh Homme, their style is just so it's stuff we try to write anyway, and so to work with the person themselves who you're trying to emulate sometimes, and just even if it was as simple as just trying to write some lyrics or songs with them. Oh my God, that'd be a dream come true. We would make some gold. It would be amazing.
Josh Homme for sure. That you just remind me. Yeah, definitely him, because the way he thinks of stuff is just stupid. I love it. It's just totally weird and stupid, and I love it. It's so good. And I would love to just watch him write a song. Screw collaboration. I would just like to sit in a room and watch him write a song.
Be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, and then I'd steal everything. And I'm just kidding. No. That's gonna be used in court one day.
But so we've covered who you would like to make music with. However, you also make music with yourself. But once you've released that music, do you listen to your own music in your own time?
Absolutely not. Like, I don't know. Okay, so something about by the time we released a song, and by the time it's been released, we have run it into the ground for ourselves at least, and I can't stand to hear my own voice on things anymore. And honestly, most of the time when I'm in the car driving somewhere, it's just in complete silence. Because I mean, not that like I think we're bad or anything. It's just that when you've repeated a song 1,000 times, trying to scrutinize every little detail to make sure it's just right, it kind of kills a little bit of the magic for you. But occasionally, if someone will have one of our songs playing, and and for a split second I'll hear it and not realize that it's us. And sometimes I'll think, oh, that's kind of cool, and then I'll be like, oh wait, that's us. That's kind of neat. So like if I'm kind of tricked into hearing it with fresh ears, like not knowing who it is in a way, sometimes it's kind of neat to hear yourself and hear this little magic you created. So that's always fun. That's really the only time I ever really listen to my music, is when someone else forces me to.
Yeah, when we'll get like the first or the final mix back of a new thing, I'll listen to it like 100 times. Literally, like when we got our song "Weaponize Your Love" back, when we got that final mix back, I literally listened to it that night 100 times on loop. I think the math checks out. I don't know, but after it's released, never. Maybe like once, like a year later, I'll check in and be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and then never again.
Yeah, usually when I have an idea, before I even show it to anybody, I've already picked it apart and listened to it a million times, and then I show everybody, and then we record it and we listen to it a million times. So I'm the same way. I there is still a few of our songs to me that I think we somehow did something a little different with it, and it doesn't remind me of us as much. And I will listen to those like I'll listen to any other song. But yeah, there's some of them, just like they were saying, you get way too invested in creating it. So by the time it's out, you're like, get that away from me. I don't want to hear it. So that is totally a thing.
I just wanted to say this because I think this episode is a big one for me and Riley, mainly because I personally have been a fan of 7 Year Witch for about a good year or so now. I think it was ever since I found I Want to Love You, and ever since I heard that, I've been a fan ever since.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Obviously, you've got the new song that came out on Saturday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Saturday.
And I've just got to say again, that is an amazing song.
Oh, it is.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've been waiting to put that out. We've had it for 2 years, just sitting there.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's only just come out now. It's amazing.
Exactly.
We have a little bit of a backlog of some songs that we're trying to get released, and we've held on to them for a little while because last year trying to kind of shop to some labels, and so we wanted to keep a good chunk of our music unreleased, just in case the label picked us up. And if you have a label, they have extra resources for marketing and stuff, so we wanted to have a good backlog of material for them to push. But after we had a few people come out and check us out, and we couldn't really make anything stick at the time. So now we're just like, screw it, we're just going to start releasing these things and make some badass music videos for them, because we have a lot of fans who've been wondering where our new music is.
I've got to say, Weaponize Your Love is an absolutely crazy music video as well.
It is.
It's just the most odd. It's odd, but it's just amazing
in a really positive way.
In a positive way.
That's what we aim for, is odd in a positive way.
Yeah.
That sounds sarcastic, but that's absolutely true. That's exactly what we aim for.
But yeah, I think it must have been a few months ago, probably nearing the beginning of the year. I saw one of your stories while I was just going through the uncensored account, and you were playing live. I don't know like where it was, but it was just a clip of you playing live, and I sent it over to Tom. I was like, these are the because I do not do any of the booking. I'm here to waffle and make some one-liners. I piss off after. Tom books the bands. But I messaged Tom. I was like, "What? These are sick. I want these on." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I know. I've been looking at these for ages. They're so cool. We'll never get them on the podcast though." A few months later,
Cut to today.
yeah. So it's massive for both me and Tom, I think.
Yeah.
Thank
So
y'all.
On, man.
Thank you.
Forward to this is probably one of the most organized podcasts and interviews we've done. So thank you.
Oh, it's not even done. This is only halfway. We're only halfway through at the moment.
Yeah.
So
We're
be
currently at
prepared for more,
half-time,
a bit more chaos.
Yes.
But
Um,
I think the video that Riley was talking about, I believe, was the one where Aaron. I'm assuming it's every show you do a backflip off the drum kit.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was the one.
It's amazing. It always happens, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of
'Cause you-
a deep regret I have actually is I did when I was a kid I was enrolled in like gymnastics and stuff, so I did that competitively for a little while, and when we started the band, we're always looking for ways to interact with the crowd and try to keep people's attention. I mean, that's what you're up there for. If you can't keep people's attention, then they don't give a damn about your music really. So I was just like grasping at straws, trying to think of ways people would enjoy the show. So I did a backflip, and then that kind of stuck. And it's definitely fun, and it seems to work. But now I'm kind of doomed forever to be the backflip guy. So unfortunately, that's stuff I got to live with. So now at every show, I'm expected to do a backflip. And if someone doesn't see it, or there's been once or twice where I haven't done a backflip, people come up immediately and be like, "Where's the backflip? Why didn't you do a backflip? I was ready for it." And I was like, "Oh God!" So I don't. I'm like 50 years old. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to just like lay on the ground or do a cartwheel or something, and I'll have to suffice. So,
But
I mean, I originally came into this going, "Oh, we've got to try and get Aaron to do a backflip for us." I think.
Hey, if you want me to, I will. I'm outside. I can throw one up. You want me to do it?
That'd be a great clip if you want.
All right, sure. Venmo me $20.
Tom, I'd basically expense him everything anyway.
I'm just kidding. All right, I'll go ahead. Oh my
You should do it with the phone in your hand.
You want me to do it? I don't know if I'm gonna break. All right, here.
Don't hurt yourself, Aaron, please.
Here, you got me at work now, so I'm outside on work clothes. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna break my neck. I haven't stretched or nothing. Let's see.
Please don't.
Oh shit! What was it? Hold on. I'm getting a call.
Oh.
All right. Baby. Oh Lord. Here, I'm gonna get a running start. Hold on.
He just run off. He's run off.
Woo woo woo.
Woo woo.
Oh, that was amazing.
Absolutely incredible.
It's a little hard to do in my work shoes here, but my best.
Well,
Right.
on that note, that was the end of part one. So we'll see you in part two right after these short words from Wraith Energy.
Hey, Riley, how do you have so much energy during these podcasts?
The same way I've got so much energy for every event, Tom. Wraith
Energy. So, what other times do you use Wraith, Riley?
Well, Tom, let me tell you. Some nights I have to put in grueling hours so I can edit these fine podcasts.
God, how do you do it?
Tom, I thought you'd never ask. I survived these long shifts with Wraith Energy, the drink guaranteed to give you a spur of energy to get those extra hours in.
But how do you afford to buy this, O'Reilly?
Well, Tom, I'll tell you. I use my code UNCNTRD to get 10% off all of my orders.
Jesus, 10%? That's almost too good to be true. But there's probably not very limited flavours, are there?
That's where you'd be wrong, Tom. Wraith have a plethora of great tasting flavours for us to enjoy.
Flavours such as watermelon twist, Slayer mango, and cherry and lime.
Tom, conveniently, all of those flavours, along with many, many more.
Wow, I need to get some right now. Wow, it's already here. Let's have a try.
Let's give it a try.
Wow, that is great.
That is so great. I love Wraith. Wow, what a cool advertisement. I bet that made you want to buy some Wraith Energy. So,
Definitely.
part two. This is where the questions get about a bit more enjoyable. So, we'll start with the newest addition to the fun questions. If you were in control of your festival, what 3 bands would you choose to headline?
Ooh. Somebody else go first.
Seth, you got something?
Okay, so are we talking about something realistic or just anything we want?
No, just anything.
Okay, if it's anything, I would make the White Stripes have a reunion. They headline, which would never happen, but we're just going to make that happen. And then number 2, oh gosh. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna keep it weird. Number 2 in the lineup would be King Diamond. Because I saw him live one time and it was like amazing. Then number 3, I'm gonna go with something Aaron said. I'm gonna keep it weird. I'm gonna go Big and Rich.
Hell yeah.
Y'all ever listen to Big and Rich?
I've never heard of them. I will go and listen to them after.
Another revive. I will write them down.
Heard the song "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy"? You never heard that?
I don't think I have.
I have
It's an amazing band.
I shall go and listen to them.
I've had a little note.
It's like it predates bro country. It's like primitive bro country before bro country was a thing, and it's actually good. It's so funny.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I like that lineup, except for King Diamond. I'd put Bobby McFerrin. Bobby McFerrin.
Can I resurrect people from the dead?
Fuck yeah, go on.
Okay,
We're 40 minutes in now, so
yeah. Zeppelin, One Night. Who else? Rammstein and Oasis. The weirdest festival you've ever seen.
Jesus.
So for everyone.
Exactly. We cast a wide net and sell as many tickets as possible.
Everyone can enjoy it.
Exactly.
So that hopefully it'll work.
Hopefully.
So so this is like a new kind of question that we've decided to bring in since our last special guest. So do you own any like rare memorabilia from our bands? And if so, what band is it and what is it?
Ooh, I have one. Okay, so I saw Motorhead probably like almost 10 years ago now. And I guess, obviously they're not active anymore, but I'm pretty sure the last drummer that was in Motorhead was Mickey D. And when they got done playing, he walked to the edge of the stage and took the tape off his hands, and he threw the tape off his fingers, because the drumsticks were tearing up his fingers. He threw the tape into the crowd, and it landed right in front of me, in front of the barrier, and I couldn't get it. So I started patting the security guy on the shoulder, and I was like, hand me that tape. And I got the tape. I got it put up somewhere. I actually haven't seen it since I moved, but I have it somewhere. So
That's pretty cool, actually.
yeah.
That's quite cool.
We kind of collectively as a band own the guitar player of Buckcherry's former pedal board. So the board he'd have all his pedals on. At the last show we played with them, actually, his guitar tech was like, "Hey, do you want Stevie's old board?" I was like, "Yeah, we'll take it."
Why not?
That's something we have. I don't know if I got anything really like fancy.
I have a guitar pick from the singer of that band. Remember Days of the New? That's the band, right? That does that. Well, I finally found a reason I don't need it. Right? That's that band, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's not really that cool, but because he's like kind of like a heroin addict or something now. But I have a guitar pick from him.
That's cool. I would like to personally add to this little kind of time that we're talking about memorabilia. I own a nice pair of stage pants worn by a British guitarist.
Oh,
That it's a man by the name of Tagore Gray of The Treatment.
Oh, hell yeah.
Them. Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Is that what's hung up there?
Bits. They are like one of my favorite. A pair of stage pants right there.
Oh my god, I love them.
Beautiful.
that's awesome, man. Awesome.
Like
They
taxi.
are signed as well,
Really?
which is amazing. They are signed. I think it's a bit faded now, but it was like, oh, what was it that he wrote something on it, and it was like, never wash them, which is quite funny.
Hold
And,
up, wait. Now
there's
y'all are from Britain, so by pants,
Yep.
do you mean what we mean by underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so that changes the game right there. It's his underwear, guys.
Well,
Leather.
technically,
So,
they're leather,
grey
so they're
area.
like stage underwear. Like he'll wear them over
Oh my-
like some jeans or something.
Okay. That's amazing.
But yeah. On top of that, since like episode 1, I think it was, I've had a drum skin from Fozzy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
We-
and it's signed by all of them, and it was carried around for the whole night,
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
which was
dude.
crazy. They are amazing. We luckily got the chance to meet Chris Jericho himself.
We did.
With the whole band, which that was an amazing experience.
I sat in an elevator with Chris Jericho. We played with Fozzy one time, like a year or two ago, and I got to sit in an elevator
Wow.
with him, have a lot of awkward silence. It was great.
Same here. I was drunk, so I was talking his ear off, but he was listening kindly, you know.
So you mentioned awkward silence. There would probably be a lot of awkward silence if you're trying to see a band that no longer exists. God, that's smooth, my lord. Are there any bands that you wish you could have seen that you don't have the chance to see now?
Oof.
I know I said earlier that, Soundgarden's my favorite band of all time. I never got to see them live together, even after they like reunited there for a little while. I never got to see them live. I only ever saw Chris Cornell during his solo tours, and but I would have loved to see Soundgarden live, and obviously, I mean, I think most people would agree. I'd love to have seen Zeppelin. Would have been really cool. But those are probably my two number one.
Two good choices.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I wish I could have seen Dream Theater before Mike Portnoy left the band. Because I was supposed to go see that when I was a kid. For some reason, I was into Dream Theater like really heavily, and my dad got me tickets to go see him. And then just he canceled I don't even know why he canceled. He just randomly canceled the whole trip we had planned. And then I never got to see Mike Portnoy, like my favorite drummer with Dream Theater, and because he quit. So if I could go back in time, I would see that.
Definitely
I've
White
actually-
Stripes, Zeppelin, like everybody said. I'm an Oasis fan, honestly, so I know the other guys don't like them, but I would love to see them. Maybe there's still hope for that, though. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they'll finish the sibling rivalry of a 20-year-long Twitter fuse and finally.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yeah. They turned
Dang.
down like $100 million for a reunion tour once.
Oh, I
Is
don't care what my
really?
siblings can do. For 100
Exactly.
million, I'd play some songs.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Definitely.
I guess that just made the price go up though. So
just that stubborn British attitude. No, everyone want to be the one to cave.
I'd
Oh,
cave after like $5. They'd be like, "Hey, I had like $200 extra for the show." I'd be like, "All right, I'll do it."
Oh yeah, fully. Someone could go up to me, 20 quid. I'd go on then. Like,
Oh god.
So I'm gonna get you lot thinking right now. So they make 7-Year Witch the biopic. Which celebrity would you very much like to play yourselves?
We've actually done this before on our own. So we kind of went with sort of our celebrity lookalikes. I think the one for me was Justin Long, and the actor. I don't know if you remember him from the movie Jeepers Creepers. So
Tusk.
yeah, Tusk.
oh God, please don't.
That guy would be me. I think Seth was. What were you, Adrian Brody? Right?
Yeah, I got Adrian Brody. If he grew his hair out, got some fake tattoos, that would be spot on.
What about you, Beau?
I'm often, especially when my hair was shorter and I had a lot more stubble, I often get compared to David Tennant. So probably David Tennant.
I see that it's either that or another person. If you was to have quite short hair and a bit more of a stubbly beard, I personally think Richard Hammond from Top Gear.
Yes. Yes. I see. And I'm probably his height too, to be real. Yeah. So that would actually be perfect. Also, sometimes I get Keanu Reeves when I've got like my beard
A
actually
big
out.
bushy beard.
Yeah, exactly.
a bit of a beard like mine with like a bit darker.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are my three. Richard Hammond, that's one I'm adding to it.
They're pretty good.
I
They're
would
pretty
watch
good
that.
picks, eh?
Yeah, definitely. So this one is one that I really hope you've never been asked before. If you could have a mascot that cannot be human or animal, what could it be? So it's got to be like a hacksaw or a sticker. What would you choose?
It'd be a piss bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
A bottle filled with
Alright.
piss.
And that just kind of sums up our travels. So like a dark yellow, maybe burgundy piss bottle.
Burgundy.
A nice syrupy consistency.
Oh,
This won't get y'all
Lord.
demonetized.
Oh
Oh, do you think we're making money from this?
no, not yet.
Oh goodness.
What do y'all agree? Yeah.
I would say so because we got to the point in the van, like at first when we first started traveling, it was you'd kind of get pee shy when you try to be peeing in a bottle, and now I prefer it. I'll be at the house, I'll pee in a bottle just because I enjoy it.
I keep a bottle in bed at night just in case I have to pee, and I just roll over and go.
To California and back, I brought a gallon with me. I prepared a gallon that was specifically for that purpose.
Now, this is the shit you won't get anywhere else other than Uncensored. This is our advertising campaign for the next 6 months.
No,
Yes.
after I think it was like our second or third tour together, like with this lineup and everything. We had I think a 3-week long tour, and we got back to Beau's house, and we were getting out of the van, and we opened up the side doors, and like a mountain of piss bottles just fell out, and we didn't know where they came from. We didn't know where they'd been hiding. And it was like probably a dozen or so just fell out of the van, and it was kind of, luckily we weren't in public, but
You got it on video, right?
I think so, somewhat. Yeah, I haven't. I happened to get it in slow motion, and
Oh my God.
I actually found one because it's not exclusive to tour that you have to do this. In Atlanta, where I live, there's a lot of traffic, and not always a gas station near you, so you have to pull off the interstate. I actually found in the back of my car during this winter. I got in the car on Christmas. It was below freezing. frozen piss bottle, full to the top,
Oh,
solid block of.
We're not even gonna bring shit bottles, but
oh.
I'm just kidding. We've never done that. We've never been that
Yeah.
desperate.
Yeah, that's the Rubicon, and we're not crossing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's push that little conversation to the side now.
So what's the next question, Tom?
So have you boys got any pre-show rituals?
I don't want to
usually
ask
do?
that now. Please, this
I think y'all know what it is.
No, thanks. So
Let's see, pre-show rituals. I mean, I think we all kind of do our own thing for the most part. Like I just personally, I try to stretch as much as possible because I jump around like crazy. My neck hurts afterwards. So I try to get a few good stretches in and just like a vocal warm up. And then I just try to, I don't know, just kind of sit alone, kind of gather my thoughts, I guess. Nothing serious, but I don't know about you guys. Yeah, I think we're all kind of the same way in that respect.
Yeah. I say the best thing you can do is when you're playing a show, there's a million things leading up to that show that are trying to put you in like a bad mood. Like the sound guy doesn't know how to do his thing. He doesn't have to work the monitors. The load, like something happens when you load in, you drop something, this, that. There's a million things that can just kill your vibe. And so I always try to remember, I'm like, all right, 10 minutes before we go on, let me try to get in a good mood. Like that's when I officially have like my first or second beer. Just sit there, just chat with other bands, like officially try to remember that you're there to have a good time. Because if you forget that, there's like I said, there's 1,000 things that will kill your vibe. So yeah, I spend the last 10 minutes before we play just trying to hang out, remember why I'm there, try to have some fun. I do try to stretch, but I don't think it helps. I just feel like shit the next day, no matter what. So yeah.
Yeah, basically, I just try to find water and beer to have on stage because I know I won't be able to go get it. So I'm trying to scavenge and hoard stuff that I can bring to the stage.
Hoard stuff to the side of the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Never actually like from the second time that we've asked this question. The first time we asked this question weren't really a serious answer like all of yours. It was literally just we'll go to the pub.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Tom, I'm fearful we may have to break into the oh so sacred third meeting. But,
Really?
we'll see how time goes. But so I've got questions. None of them piss related.
Aw.
Unfortunately, I hate to kill the vibe here. I mean, if you can find a way to shoehorn it in, then be my guest. But so, is there any moments in movies that you would put one of your songs?
You know, sometimes I'll see like a movie where there's like a really like badass like chase scene or like some like shootout like while in a car or something. And I like to think of a couple of our songs. There's one I don't think we ever officially released it. We may re-record it one day. A song we called just for the time being, but I think we called it Fast Boy. I could see that one in like a cool ass like racing movie or something. And man, that's really kind of the only type of scenes I could see it in is like something like that. Our songs are kind of like very lighthearted in a lot of ways too. They're not like super dark, so it maybe like a.
I have a hard time picturing our songs in movies, but other songs I can see being in a movie.
Maybe in the credits. Yeah, throw a song in the credits. Nothing cool happens there.
I could hear Weaponized Love action movie or something. Like
yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That would be good. Yeah.
That'd be good in like a fight scene or some shit.
Yeah.
I think Mark would be good in like a crazy like chaotic scene or something, you know, like crazy like a bunch of people brawling or something. Trying to think of like a certain scene in particular.
Like the end of that Kingsman movie where they have Freebird, except Freebird worked
Yeah.
perfectly there. So
Yeah. Maybe at the end of the fight with Thanos at the end of Avengers Endgame.
yeah.
Have Rags to Riches play.
Yeah. But
God. Now I'm gonna start thinking about that.
these are interesting questions. We never got asked this before. You called us off guard.
Oh, trust me, there's a lot more where they come from.
One day
So,
we'll have to do like a revisit where we actually have had like a lot of time to think this through.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Definitely, we'd be happy to do it. Next question. So, what was your favorite music video that you've recorded for any of your music videos? What was your favorite one?
I got a good answer here. Okay, our one called "Shit Keeps Happening." We actually had to record that video twice. We had an amazing idea, like this prison break video, and we recorded it professionally. It looked great. And then we had to part ways with our old guitar player. And, he was like front and center in the whole video. And we wanted to still put it out, but he wasn't jiving with the idea. And we knew it really wasn't for the best to put it out like that. So we had this just amazing video and had to just keep it, not really do anything with it. The only place it's at now is our Patreon, I think. But so we had to do a completely new idea because we didn't have any of the same prison set or anything. So that whole idea was like, we had kind of gassed out all our good ideas on the prison video. So we're like, all right, let's just make something that looks cool. So the whole video of Shit Keeps Happening is just a white background. We're all wearing black suits, just being dumb. And it cuts to each one of us, just each individually doing something random that we made up that day. Like, I remember day of, I had no idea what my little scene was supposed to be. I just found a samurai sword and we brought a balloon and I was like, all right, I'll cut the balloon. That'll be my thing. But that one was cool because it was very spontaneous and it was kind of born out of an idea failing. And it born a new idea that was just, I thought we just nailed it. So that was my favorite.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like that whole, situation with having to, just kind of make a new one on the spot. It was really cool. And it was the thing that was so fun is, like you said, we just kind of did it on the spot. It was a lot of improv. And so it kind of gave it this avant-garde sort of feeling. And that was just so much fun to make because you don't have to, there's still planning when it comes to shooting any music video, as far as like, you got to, once you figure out your shot, you got to set up your lights and get your angles right. But like literally it was just like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. And that was what was so fun. No pressure.
Yeah, that one is definitely one of my favorites to watch, and it was one of the most fun to do. But one of the ones I'm most impressed by on ours, I'm like, oh shit, we actually did this, was the most recent one for our song Mark Cuban, which came out this Saturday. Just to let all your listeners know. But that one was very impressive, in my opinion, because we did it all point of view. And I'm amazed it actually came out. And everything, we had like a lot of breakables and stuff, but we were limited. So like there's plenty of times where, okay, this shot has to be perfect. We have to get it in this one go or we can't get it at all. And we pulled it off each time somehow. So.
And the thing that was crazy too is like we kind of put our videographer on the spot. Like he was we kind of had this idea to do it like a first person video, and we just kind of put him on the spot. We're like, all right, handle it. And he's such a trooper, Justin. He's so great at what he does, and he just like made it happen. And that was really awesome. And it without his abilities, it just wouldn't be possible to kind of bring our super stupid, just kind of wild ideas to life.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I am quite cautious of time. I don't know if you've got anywhere to be in the following like 20 minutes. We've got a few more questions to run, but I fear that we will not finish this next one within the constraints of the meeting. So if you're all okay with it, I might start a third meeting.
I'm down for that. I've got nowhere to be. I'm at home.
Right. Okay, well, this is how you know an episode's going well, because we're going to cut to the part 3, the sacred part 3.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's do it.
See you in part 3. And welcome to the ever so sacred part 3. We've got a few more questions to run, starting with a nice little
Riley's
segment.
bit of a Riley very much enjoys this segment because he gets to wear a nice little hat.
The Nardwar, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm like Nardwar. Yeah. Well, we've spent probably an hour now easing you in to the baby questions. You know, you got to learn to walk before you can sprint. But this isn't even sprinting. This is flying. So this is where we've make you think about deep within yourself. This has caused great conflict between bands many a time. So I do have to preface it with the warning. But really, there is one question and one question only that I am curious about. What is the best sandwich?
Oh my God.
Ever? The Italian sandwiches, of course, like Italian BMT.
BMT?
Is that what it's called? BMT?
They're both things, actually.
I like a good, just a classic bologna sandwich with, and here's where it gets a little weird. It's bologna sandwich on wheat bread, with mayonnaise on one side and just a thin layer of peanut butter on the other side of the bread.
Oh yeah, dip it in orange juice. Oh yeah.
A Bucky's brisket sandwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah, a Bucky's brisket sandwich, or my mom's what is it? She puts like spicy chicken on a ciabatta loaf with pepper jack cheese. That shit's good.
Oh, I love mom's. What's
Pepper
it called?
jack is top 3 cheeses.
What are those folded sandwiches called? But that your mom makes, a punani. I love her punani.
Oh, God.
Panini.
Oh,
yeah. I'm amazed you haven't worked a D's nuts joke in yet.
There's time.
There's still another question. Don't worry.
But yes, any of those sandwiches. I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm serious when I say the bologna and peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. That actually is my favorite sandwich, and that's not a joke. I make it every morning.
It sounds different.
I literally had one. Like,
oh my God,
that sandwich! Wow, Tom, you know what I'm going to say. That sandwich is on par with possibly my worst creation in the kitchen ever. My frazzle and cheese sandwich that I had.
For all you boys, frazzles are essentially chips for you, so crisps for us. Bacon flavored crisps, which is bacon flavored chips.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't sound bad.
Oh no, you're wrong. My thesis was the same actually. It was bacon sandwich, good. Cheese, good. Crisps, good. In reality, no, actually, doesn't work at all.
I'm shocked. I would think that would work.
You would.
I'm going to try this.
Wait, are the bacon chips like good by themselves, or was it?
Oh no, yeah, by themselves they're great. But I think it might have also been the way I sliced the cheese. I was using a butter knife, so I had cut quite thick chunks of cheese. So it was really thick blocks of cheese with some frazzles. It was crime, really.
Was the cheese still good?
Oh no, the cheese was it was right. It was cheese.
I'm having a hard time accepting that this would have been a bad thing. You're gonna have to. Whenever we come over there, I need you to make me one.
All right, look, you hear it first on the UNCNTRD podcast. When you come to the UK, I will bring a cheese and frazzle sandwich to see you.
Please do. I got to try that.
Tom, write this down somewhere. I will bring cheese and frazzles.
Yes.
But,
It's on the record.
Is this all of the cursed twisted sandwiches that you tend to endure, or do you have even more?
Well, I used to work at Arby's, and all them sandwiches was nasty. So they're all cursed to me. I'm surprised Aaron's sandwich wasn't on the menu.
Subway sandwiches are generally cursed, but sometimes on the road, that's all you have.
Subway is, in my opinion, one of the best fast food chains. I have to
Really?
disagree. Yeah, I was having this conversation earlier today, actually, because we were talking about if you could have one fast food chain just in your house that you had regular access to. What would you?
Ooh.
Subway. I decided I would want a Subway just in my house. I reckon you can never be let down in a Subway. At least in my experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to pick what you get on there. So if it ain't good, you know you picked it out.
That's fair. It might be
So
I'm the
how
pro.
it ain't gonna be good, you know.
I lost connection. I don't know if they told you we worked at a Subway, all of us.
Did
It was
you?
terrible.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Artists. And none of that is fresh. I don't care what their slogan is. None of it is fresh. It's all bagged for
It tastes good enough though, so
I mean, I love it. I love it. I love that shit.
We eat pure garbage most of the time, so honestly, Subway might be fresh by our standards.
God. But so
Right.
yeah, we
I reckon we break
done
into
with
the
all of
final
our
question.
sandwiches?
Ooh.
Well, Seth, you've passed. No, you've passed. Aaron, no.
What did I not pass on? Wait, what?
Your
Good
nasty
sandwiches.
ass.
Bad sandwich.
That sandwich is good. Hey, I'm telling you, you get desperate, try it. Bologna.
I will
peanut
not
butter.
knock it until I try it. I will make it at some point. However,
and
as
you-
it stands currently, you are the only person to fail so far.
Mm.
30 episodes deep. But it might be surprisingly great. So I'll
Record holder.
leave that as a yellow until
You
we
make one and then eat it and tag us and then tell me.
It'll be on the Uncentered Podcast
Schultz channel.
Instagram very, very soon.
It's kind of a non-starter because I hate peanut butter. So I'm not going to.
So you're biased.
Yes. I've never been a nut person. But,
what about these nuts?
Oh, they're fucked.
As soon as I heard the word nuts, I thought it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
No. I set it up.
Oh,
You did. You walked into it.
well done, Friday. Well done.
I'm doing a segment.
We won an award, and Aaron wrote this whole 5-minute long acceptance speech that built up to D's nuts.
These nuts.
It was all of 5 minutes. D's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
I write that actually.
Yeah.
I'm proud.
All right.
Oh,
Let's get through to the final question.
you've survived to the last question of the Uncensored podcast, unless you come back for round 2, which really is just sadism at that point. But so I'll explain the rules. I'm going to task you to create a band. Now, ground rules. You can choose to make 3 bands individually or come together to work on one band.
Mm-hmm.
You can have as many people in this band as you want, but you must have at least the 4 key fundamentals of bassist, guitarist, drummer, and lead singer. But you can have someone on the triangle if you really want, or you can have someone shaking a piss bottle. We're not too fussy. You can have anyone on any instrument, but they will not learn that instrument magically.
Okay.
They can be dead or alive. They will be alive in the band unless you specifically request them not to be. and you can be in the band, but you don't have to be. And the floor is yours.
Okay, let me figure. All right, I got how we need to do this. Okay, let's take the template of Slipknot, but we make it, other people. So there's got to be 2 percussion players. There's got to be a DJ. There's got to be a samples guy. Like it's got to be the whole 9 people.
All right.
Hey,
Let's
Beau,
make Jack White guy.
What does he play?
The samples guy.
Jack White's on samples. Okay, we got 1. All right, the percussion players. Let's go with Meg White on percussion, and let's go with
Joey Jordanson.
Jimmy Buffett on secondary percussion.
Buffett.
Jimmy.
Oh, I'm the one who's lost connection. It never happens.
Oh,
There we go.
Who's someone who is a really amazing drummer, but just doesn't know when to play to the song, doesn't know when to tone it down, and just does too much time.
Like Mike Mangini or some.
Yeah,
something like
Yeah.
He'll be on percussion, and Jimmy Buffett will be on the main drums.
Oh God.
Okay.
Who's the DJ?
Oh, DJ. Okay. I don't even know any DJs. Beck.
What about Bam Margera as DJ?
Bam Margera.
Yeah, Bam Margera on DJ.
Okay. All right, vocalist. The vocalist. I kind of want to say it should be who's the Rival Sons guy?
Jay Buchanan.
Yeah, I wonder if that would make it any better, or if it would just sound worse. Like
with Jimmy Buffett on drums.
We haven't even decided a guitar player, and it's already a train wreck.
Wait,
who's on vocals?
Screw Dave Buchanan. Just the Bee Gees singers.
Yes, the 3 Bee Gees.
Yeah,
they're
guys.
all the main vocalists. All 3 of them are the main vocalists.
I do love how, despite all the picks you've made so far, Aaron was still there thinking, "Oh, what's going to really add quality to this band?"
AGs.
Yeah.
We 2 guitar players and a bass player now.
All right. Who's someone that's okay? Hold on.
Oh, Sid Vicious on bass because he was garbage.
He didn't even play, did he?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Sid
That's
Vicious on
Oh,
bass.
no.
That'll add quality.
We need someone who's really obnoxious, like Tom Morello. Like
Les Claypool.
huh?
Les Claypool on bass.
Okay.
let's
Just going crazy.
And then we can have Tom Morello playing the same shit he always plays, but also out of key.
All right, we need 1 more guitarist then.
Let's have
Slash.
a rhythm bass player. Yes,
Slash.
Slash.
No, he doesn't deserve that.
All right, so the whole lineup is Jack White on samples, Bam Margera on DJ, Meg White percussion 1, Mike Mangini on percussion 2, Jimmy Buffett is the drummer. All of the Bee Gees are the singer. Les Claypool is the bassist. Who did we say on guitar? Tom Morello and Slash. That's
And
the
is
new
that-
Slipknot.
Is that final?
That's
I
the
think-
9 members of Slipknot right there.
Yep, that's it.
Hammer down.
That's
A
pretty
band.
cool.
That is
That is
no,
a-
no, it's not.
That is a pretty
It's
good
not.
band.
Let's not lie here on Uncentered. That is almost a band. That is a group of people in a room. That is what that is.
Oh my god.
That is
They all
I
know
love
their
the
way
Jimmy
around
Buffett.
some music, except Bam Margera. I'm sure.
He's
He's just going to be missing them for the whole thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Christ.
Well,
I think Riley's collected himself. I think
well, that is all of our questions. So unless you have any questions to ask us,
I don't. I think we're pretty good, man. I'm glad you guys had it on, and thanks for. Honestly, we're gonna see about trying to email some people and get that super group together. That's pretty, you just inspired us, actually.
oh no, Tom, we're going to be in the
It could only end
documentary
one way
in
or the
10
other.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where it started.
It's amazing.
But yes. No, seriously, thank you guys. This has been the most fun interview I can think of in recent times. Maybe ever. This was amazing.
I
And
agree.
hopefully
Thanks
we
so
can
much
get
for
over
coming.
there to y'all at some point, and we'll get you
Oh,
two on
we'd
the list
very
of
much
wherever
love
we're
it.
playing.
Oh,
two are
whenever
in.
you are, just message the Instagram. We'll be the very first people
Yes.
there. We can guarantee that.
Yeah. Well, Riley, actually, you're gonna have to pay a cover. It's got to be that sandwich, the
Yeah,
frazzles
I
and
will.
cheese. Yeah.
If if I can get a reminder, I will bring that sandwich.
I want to see. I want to see a picture of you like riding the train into London, holding the sandwich and
just
everything.
a Ziploc.
Yeah.
It's not covered. It was a Ziploc bag of a cheese and frazzle sandwich.
Oh my god.
Oh. God. Yes.
Okay, well, if that is all, I've been Riley. That's been Tom, and this has been 7 Year Witch. Thank you all very much for coming. I've had an absolutely lovely time.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Please go stream their music. They're proper quality. They have some really good songs, none of which involve piss bottles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've still got a few in the can, so that's not.
Yep.
Bottled.
I can't wait for your studio album, Piss Jug. But but yeah, please go. That's the document. That's gonna be the biopic name.
Yeah.
Tom, can you do the outro, please?
Right. So I've been Tom. That's Riley crying himself laughing in the corner there. And this has been 7 Year Witch.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And subscribe. What?
Bye. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe.